Hey fellow well-being seekers, I find it curious that many of us talk about stress and we want to stress less, but most of us don't have a clue what actually are the stressors triggering our stress response. That is what I want to discuss in this video. If you want to learn more about that, stick around. Welcome to the series Mental Health Bites. Navigate life, thrive, and have positive impact. What is a stressor? A stressor is simply a situation that your body responds to with a stress response. It's very simple. Our body is made for that. We are good. We are able to cope with stress per se, not a problem. Let's find out what a stressor actually is in your life so you can see what are the little things that are actually setting you off. I'm not talking in this video about big stress responses to major life transitions like a divorce or grieving. I'm talking about the everyday life that we all manage and need to manage. So first stressor is the timing. Just check in with yourself. What around timing sets you off to feel a bit agitated and stressed? Is it a looming deadline? Is it that you want to know and be structured in your timing? Is it even the time of the day that gets you more set off than any other? So if you are a morning person, you are really good and productive in the morning, but if you're not, and people give you a lot of tasks or you have a big load, that might stress you out. That's the timing. The second stressor category I want to talk about is the environment. It might be that bright light is actually making you cringe and feeling a bit off. It might be that noise levels are stressing you. It might be that if you sit in an overcrowded office or if you are surrounded by many people and that's not an easy thing for you, that might stress you. It might be certain smells. It might be anything that's environment related. Find out what your sweet spot is. If you could make your environment look like the way you want it to be calm and collected and can go about your day, what would that look like? The next stressor is around relationships. There might be people in your life or in your work life that stress you out. That doesn't mean that you don't like them, but it means that if you are around them for a longer period, you feel that you start to get a bit more nervous or that there's tension coming up. Think about who that might be or what the thing is that you do together that sets it off. What is the communication that sets that stress off? Become aware of that so that you know, okay, this is what's going on. The next stressor category is knowledge areas. So there are certain things you're really good at and they come easy, and if somebody demands them of you, you just do it and it's quick and done. But there are other areas where you feel you lack expertise or you're not so good. I give you a very simple example of my life. I'm not a good baker, and whenever I need to bake, I feel already when I look at the recipe that I'm starting to get a bit more nervous because I have the tendency to forget an ingredient, and cakes are very forgiving if you forget the butter, for example. So that little thing can get me a level up in my stress response. So what knowledge area in your life sets you off? The next one is mindsets. Knowing that you might be per se a more worrying-prone person, that if something comes up that needs to be resolved and isn't resolved yet, that you go around and round and round with your thoughts about it. Might also be that you are per se a little bit more a negative outlook person, that you look at the glass half empty rather than half full, and that already gets you into a quicker stress response than other people. So these are the main stressor categories that I want to discuss with you today. So what can you do about that? First, it is really helpful if you are becoming more aware of what it is that stresses you easily. It might not be that you can change it all, but for example, if you know that noise levels are really not helping you if you want to concentrate, maybe you can put headphones on, and maybe you do that already, but now you know a little bit more why. If you know that timing is a thing, then you can structure your day in a way with the order of tasks that help you to feel less stressed. If you find it really difficult to be around too many people, is there a more quiet spot that you can sit at least at parts of the day? Can you spend the lunchtime, on your own, for example, so that your system calms back down? It's not about getting rid of stress. It's more about becoming aware of what adds to your stress, because already knowing, you can talk to yourself, it's the lighting in this room that is just so bright, it really makes me nervous. Okay, that's fine. It's the light. I can handle this. See, now I feel in control. Or I can do something about it. What is really not very healthy if it's always coming from the back, if the stress is coming, creeping on you, and you don't really know what it is. So becoming very aware is your first step to feel more in control and to manage your stress well. I hope that helped. It's a bit granular, but being granular about yourself really helps your well-being, so check it out.